Got good coaches and we work hard at what we do. We stay here very late at night, and the most important thing is that we're going to give the kids the information for them to be successful. We're still mixing guys around we'll mix them around until we find out who we think will be the best. That's the beauty of spring ball. At the end, when we get closer to the end now, you start putting people where you think they can play and start going with that so they can get ready for fall camp.
At the end of the spring, do you anticipate having 50% of your defense in, 70%, 30%? What would be your thoughts on that?
Probably about 80%.
So what made Coach Palermo somebody you wanted to go out and get?
Because he's been to places. He's been to Wisconsin where they went to the Rose Bowl. I don't know how many times, but a lot of times. He was with Lou Holtz and won a national championship. I'm a believer of the old school. You got to come out here and you got to demand that they do it right. And John, I know because of our experiences working, in the National Football League, he knows how to get the kids to do it right. He knows how to teach them to be successful, and he knows more importantly that if they listen to him, they're going to have a chance.
What have Ansley and Conklin brought to you in the back end of the
Well, I think they brought great energy, they brought great technique, and they're working with these kids, they're meeting with these kids, they're bringing in the system that is a pro-style system, so if you're a recruit out there and you want to get ready to go to the National Football League, the University of Tennessee is a place to come.
Ansley been a GA for you, but this is obviously his first full-time job.
He's probably one of the best youngest coaches I've ever been around at that spot.
What about him makes him so good?
His detail, his coaching with detail, his ability to relate to players, and his ability for them to do it on the field.
Is that unique for a guy that young?
I think he's been tutored by a pretty good guy.
And specifically Friday, what do you look for out of your defense?
I'm looking for them, number one, to get a line, to play tough, and to play smart. That's all I'm asking for.
Sal, Herman and Kurt and Jim were referencing watching a lot of your Alabama film for the last couple of years.
Right.
Is that, obviously that's where you work, that's the system you're trying to put in. Is there anything that stands out in your mind?
I didn't say I was trying to put that system in. I'm putting in my system. I'm putting the University of Tennessee system in. I've also worked with John Fox, who John Fox, you guys all know, was a 4-3 guy. So you're going to see a multiplicity of fronts, coverages, and stuff. It's not necessarily, anyway, it's the University of Tennessee system.
In that case, is there a multiplicity of teams that they've been watching other than Alabama?
Oh yeah. They're going to watch a lot of NFL teams, especially the great ones, the great players, how to play bump, how to be a pass rusher. So we'll look at 3-4 stuff, we'll look at 4-3 stuff. We'll go back and look at Buddy Ryan's bear stuff. So the multiplicity is going to be pretty good.
I would assume that you have some input on which teams they should be watching.
Yep.
How do you give that to them?
Because I tell them who the best players are, and the most important thing is what I try to do is to go and find the best players, the sack leaders, and have the defensive line watch the best sack leaders in the National Football League. Go out here in college football, see who played the best red zone defense, and we're going to watch the people play the best red zone defense. Go and watch who played both 1st and 10. We're going to go and study all that.
How different is the outside linebacker position in 34 from 40?
It's extremely different. It's extremely different because you're playing on top of a tight end. You're going to have to whoop his butt. You're going to have to know what leverage you're playing based on what coverage we're in. So it's a multiple stuff. So if they can learn that and they can be successful at that, they'll have a chance in the National Football League. The greatest thing about what we do here in this system right now, if you're a college football player, you can get evaluated by 32 teams. Because they can see you play a 3-4, they can see you play a 4-3, they can see you play a sub defense, they can see you play odd. So, when you come in here, you got a chance to be exposed, not just to a 4-3 team or a 3-4 team. They can watch you and you can play it all.